All right, folks, welcome back to Procreate. So today what I thought we'd do is I'd show you how to make a spray paint brush because we are going to be making spray paint in our elephant project. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and cancel that out, delete all that. All right. So we're going to show you first how to make a shape source. So what I have here, I'll go ahead and start back from the beginning. I have a canvas that we're going to call, let's do 2500 by 2500. You want to give yourself a little bit of space and create. Make sure it is square. Now, what we're going to do to start with, I'm going to turn down the background color to black so that I can work in white. And we're going to be using the spray paint brushes that come with Procreate. So I'm going to come down to the medium nozzle. I like that one. And so the first thing we're going to do here, we're going to create a shape source. Now, stay away from the edges of the square, right? Don't go toward the light. And make this very, very subtle and increase the size as you need to. But you see how I'm staying well clear of the sides? The reason is if you get too close to the sides, you will end up with a square looking brush. Now, once I get to here, I'm turning this down and I'm going to create kind of a circle in a circle. This represents the spray can nozzle. Okay, so pretty good there. And just in case, you're going to want to go through and make sure that you don't have anything up by those sides, all right? We did a pretty good job of making sure we were clear. All right, once you're good there, let's go ahead and do this. Take the background, turn it off, and now what you've got is just this type of background. Now what I'm going to do, just to make sure with my eraser, I'm going to come into my spray paints, I'm going to grab my fine nozzle, I'm going to crank it down, and I'm going to make sure that I don't have anything. Now why did I just use my spray paint? Because I want to make sure I don't have any hard edge. And then we're going to come in and export as a PNG. All right, save the image. Perfect. So this is going to be our shape source. Now let's go to gallery and let's modify a brush this time. We're just going to come into gallery, doesn't matter what size it is. We're just going to create something where we can test our brush. Now we're going to come to brushes and I'm going to choose the airbrushes. Where's my airbrush? And I'm going to choose the medium brush. So I'm going to come up here, and now I'm going to make sure that I can see my Procreate coarse brush right here. I'm going to duplicate my medium brush, and I'm going to click my airbrush into my set. Boom. Now let's click on it, about this brush, modify the name, call it Spray Can 1. All right, perfect, done. Now let's modify Spray Can 1. The first thing I'm going to do, I want to change the shape. Edit, import, import a photo. Come over to recents. Now it's going to look like there's nothing there. You notice it was white? That's because there was no background. And hit done, done. All right, that looks pretty darn good. Now let's turn up the stroke a little bit. Let's turn up the streamline a little. Reduce the spacing out a little. Okay, I think that we're pretty good there. Let's go to rendering, turn intense blending on, and now let's take a look at properties. Actually, let's go to Apple Pencil. I'm going to turn down the flow to a negative. I'm going to turn up the size a little bit here. I'm also going to turn up the bleed just slightly. Look at that. That is sexy. Now, if you wanted to, you could turn up the flow a little bit. I might actually keep the flow up. I really like that. All right. I'm going to go ahead and adjust the tilt just a little bit. And now let's go to properties. I think that we're pretty good there. I think that I'm pretty happy here. I think that I'm pretty happy there. I'm going to put just a little bit of taper on it. And when it comes to dynamics, I want to go ahead with speed. I want to update the size, the opacity, and then I want to try to kind of work through some of this jitter here. I think just a little bit of that is going to be good. All right, let's try it. All right, let's kick the taper up a notch. All right, let's go ahead and turn the flow. Let's see, I'm looking for some way to taper it here. There's no color involved in it. All right, so let's go ahead and go to drawing pad, clear drawing pad. Now the thing that I really want to do here, I want to make sure that the size is kicked up to about 80%. Now, I like that. The last thing that I'll probably do, I want to reduce the spacing just a little. And that will do. All right, let's go ahead and call it on this one, folks. That's how to make a graffiti pen in Procreate. Let's go ahead and use this thing. All right, we'll see you in the next one.